Mics turned on. We're there with you till the final lap's gone. Not just watching, we're in the run. Chasing the truth of every turn. Rip the night, feel the story ignite. Every battle burning under broadcast lights. From the green to the checkered flag, we make the moments larger than life. Every call, every day move, every driver's dream comes true. If you love the race beyond the wheel, virtual grid network makes it real. It's more than laps and running lines. It's heartbeats caught between the times. From the first grid call to the final cheer, we turn the race into something you feel. Slow it down, then build it higher. Voices rise with the engine fire. Every replay, every stand-up fight, nothing together on race night. Every night, let the legends speak. Or the underdog, every winning streak. From hometown heroes to the final line, we hold on till the end of the fight. When the string goes down, the echoes remain. Another chapter written in speed and fame. If you live for the more than the racing truth, virtual grip network. That's you. Sign of faith, but the passion stays. Another race in the broadcast haze till the lights go green and the mics ignite. Virtual grip network grips the night.
The format: gather 18 individual champions from 7 different series. Give each an equally prepared Cadillac touring sedan to race against each other 5 times. Once each on a super speedway, a 1.5 mile oval, a short track, a European road course, and an American road course. The goal: name a champion amongst champions. Streaming cyberspace into your place from Daytona International Speedway. Tonight, YesterYear Racing, where past meets present, gives the sim racing world a very special event. It is round 2 of the YesterYear IROC Racing Championship, opening round, 2nd season. And you can watch everything live as it happens right here on the Virtual Grip Network. Hello and welcome on this Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. It's Josh Granny Hips Buckley joining yours truly, Bill Soups on, high up in the VGM press box to bring you our words eye view. We are blessed to have the man turning it off, pushing the sliders, replay, Ryan Seneca. All right, partner. We got guys doing something they're not used to, at least for some of them. What do you think?
It's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely a different car, which is really a neat idea. And then the biggest thing that I think is the best of all is you got the best of the best from multiple leagues out here to prove who can better each other. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
It is indeed. We are going 35 laps. They can't go the whole way on fuel, so we know there'll be a stop Probably, well, certainly for fuel and probably for tires as well. Beautiful day to go racing. Cloudy skies here at Daytona. I don't think track texture should be too much. No fast repairs. You break it, you bought it. Big boy racing. You get one set of tires. That's all you'll really be able to go in and get. And each car is painted in a very special, unique, kind of pastel, sometimes fluorescent, solid paint scheme, a la the iRacing series that started way back in 1973. The race in the Cadillac, really meant to race on a track kind of just like this. It is a sports car. Doesn't get a lot of love in the iRacing and the community. Kind of a forgotten car. Not quite as forgotten as my favorite car, the Solstice, but nevertheless, good to see it out here racing. Josh, I bet you've never been in the Solstice, have you?
It has been a long time since I've been in the Solstice, that's for sure. Let's just say I prefer being in the Cadillac.
Yeah. Some big names from 7 different leagues are here. Champions all, competitors all, road racing experts, some. So what do you think? Drafting going to be important, although we do have the bus stop in here that breaks up the super speedway part of Daytona a little bit.
Yeah, definitely going to have some draft on the straightaways there. You'll probably see some guys try to tuck in behind and try to just use that advantage of just a little extra speed. But obviously, when you're going through the center of the track, all the turns and everything like that, the draft isn't going to be as important.
Bonus points play a very important part of this series. You get 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. You get 3 bonus points for the second most, 2 bonus points for the third most. So they want competitive racing up front. Leader, the winner, gets 21 points, pays all the way down to 15th position with a gradient scale, 21 for first, 17 for second, I believe 14 for third, and then they start to get to 2 and 1 points as they go down the number. 5 races on the schedule. Here's some places we're going to be going to. Of course, we're at the Daytona Road Course today. In May, we'll be going to the Iowa Speedway. That's a 1.5-mile oval. Then, in June, we're going to Japan. We'll do on the oval at Motegi. Let me correct myself. Iowa's our short track. How about a road course? We'll go to Oldham Park over in England. And then we wrap it up on the Super Speedway right back here at Daytona Speedway. They're great enough. Let's give them to you right now. We're going to run these down by car number. In the number 1, in the Florida Orange, bootleg legend and defending IROC champ, the institution J.R. Shepherd. In the number 2 car, the Welsh Grape Machine, VLS iRacing Season 6 champion. How about Greg McDaniel? The number 3 in the Lemon Pie Yellow, multi-time OBL champ, Stars and Stripes Season 10 champ, Danger Josh Robinson. The number 4, OBRL Xfinity Season 2 champ, that is Matt Watkins. The number 5 in the Cream Machine, Red Light Scramble Season 19 champion, Chris Hammett. Number 6 machine, Red Light SK Season 13 champion, Red Light SK Season 14 champ, that's Eric Teapot Stout. The Darth Vader Black Machine, OBRL ARCA Season 2 champ, that is Jerry Isaacs. Number 8 machine, in the Kiwi Green. Sorry, that's the number 8 is going to be Jerry Isaac. We'll go to the number 9, the Pink Lemonade Machine, multi-time BRL champ, 10th annual Stone River Shootout champ, James Lowe. The Sky Blue, number 10, 2025 SK Modified Driver Club champion, that is David Shreve. The number 11, the Rebel Gray Machine, the OBRL winter season champ. 2025 Cup champion, Sean Foltz, watch out for him. Number 14, the 2025 YesterYear Tour Modified Rookie of the Year, Scott Negus. He'll be out there in the Navy Blue Machine. The number 15 car, British Racing Green. It's the Winterfest Derby runner-up, Chris Worrell. Out there in the Tangerine flavored cars, 7th annual Stars and Stripes Indy 500 winner, Andrew Hess. Car number 17, OBR ARCA champion, that's Andrew Koska. And finally, in the Miami turquoise number 18, that's Aiden Young representing the BRL. J.R. Shepard on the pole. In the Florida orange, number 1. Outside of him, Chris Hammett. Hammett is good on a road course. The pace car is in, 35 laps on tap. Gather up the chickens, hey, come around the cows. The horses are out of the barn. And leading the 16 cars down into the first corner, it is J.R. Shepard. Clean through corner number 1. The battle going around. It's the red machine of Andrew Koska. He got tied up with Roger Hurley.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation there. It's just really hard to be too wide in that position right there. And it looks like the car under him maybe hit the curb just a little bit and it drifted him up the track.
You see it there on the replay. So Koska involved in that one. Double check, and it was, oh, you know what? I misidentified. It was Danger Josh Robinson that got into him. Robinson stays out on track. Racing in 3rd. But look what that accident has happened. We look at 2 cars here teamed up. You're going to see some tandem racing now. That is James Lowe making the pass on Roger Hurley. But look what that incident has done. Check the leader. J.R. Shepard checking out, trying to lose Chris Hammett. But a huge gap back to the driver in 3rd, Robinson, who was involved in that incident. Now Robinson has a dance partner. That's Sean Foltz. Foltz coming up, giving a little bit of a hello.
Yeah, I'm really curious how much of this almost bump drafting we're going to see on the straights here. I've seen a couple times already.
The front 2 tried to drive away. The action's going to be back here. That's Robinson ahead of Foltz, Hess, and then Shreve making the move on the inside. Shreve's going to get the shot done. He's going to not have the momentum coming out of the bus stop. Let's see how this plays out. I'm sorry, they're working their way through the infield section right now. Down into the second horseshoe. Pass made by Shreve.
That was a really good job in executing the pass there. I wasn't sure once he got into the corner if he was going to have enough getting off the corner, but he definitely made sure that make that work. As you see Hess trying to get back under him here.
Shreve goes a little wide. That opens the door for Hess. This is good racing. Hess should have the outside, the advantage coming out back onto the super speedway. Shreve out in front, Hess on the outside. Now Hess is going to tuck underneath, try to get a tow. James Lowe in the popcorn position, watching them both. And we got a crash. Who did involve, Director? Oh, Scott Negus. You see him in the dark blue machine right there, loops it around. Don't think he hits anything.
Yeah, he did a good job at saving. Yeah, did a good job at saving it. Just a little too happy on the gas there, and it started to get away from him, and he was able to catch it before it went around.
Nothing happening up front. Robinson beginning to pull away a bit from Foltz. Hess, this is the battle we want to watch. Hess and Lowe. Hess now pulling to the outside, now going underneath Shreve. Those guys have been fighting. Oh, he misses the apex. That's going to open the door for Lowe, but there's nowhere for him to go. Hess went a little bit hot into the corner. He loses momentum. That being Shreve back in. Hurley and Whirl watching on. Yeah, go ahead.
No, both of those drivers just doing a good job entering into one. Both of them seem to have a little bit of a different braking point, just giving each other plenty of room there. Greg McDaniel going off the track, getting off that curb. That thing's you like to touch the curb a little bit, but you don't want to be on the curb that much. That's what's going to happen when you do that.
Okay, let's look at Kotska racing in 12th position. He just made a move on Isaacs. Still playing catch up. Your big mover is James Lowe, up 4 spots. Lowe hails from the BRL. We just talked to him after having a podium finish in one of those races. We talked to him about this event. He said, I'll do the best I can. He downplayed his road racing talent.
Now, he's doing the one thing he needs to do right now, though, and that's just staying consistent with no mistakes. So he's doing a good job so far.
The cars are spread out. We're looking at the best battle on the track. Chris Whirl looking to the outside. Hurley protects. They go into the infield. They are still side by side. The inside line prevails. Watkins watching on in the maroon number 10.
As you see him get a little sideways trying to come off the corner there, he was able to keep it going, but it started to snap a little loose on him.
Up, we got a car in the grass. Holtz. Car looped around a little bit. He's going to lose by the time it's all done. Only one position.
Yeah, that's a really great save right there. Obviously, a little too hard on the brakes there. The rear end tried to come out from behind him, and he was able to just hold on to it.
Lost the position to Hess. Holtz now drops down to 5th. Within striking distance of Lowe. All right, if you're a longtime viewer of VGN, you know your lead commentator is horribly colorblind, yeah. Teapot having issues. I'm looking at 3 great, nice little 2-car battle. We'll come back to this in a minute.
Yeah, this is just Eric Stout trying to kind of regain the speed back from missing the chicane there and just get everything back going. That's my kind of colored cars there, black and white. Teapot on the inside, and it's not going to work. Oh, but he misses the apex. See you later, Isaacs. That's not the racing line. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if Isaacs expected Eric to turn a little earlier there, but they got together, but I was able to keep it together.
The car at the top of your screen, that's Aiden Young. Have not heard much from him. He's very good, but I've never seen him on a twisty course before. Okay, nice battle. This is Fultz, and then Lowe. And then the sky blue car of Shreve gets up in there.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to poke his nose in there, just didn't have enough grip.
Let's stay on this. I doubt this is how these cars will be after they get through the bus stop. Here comes Lowe, gathering them up. Uses the draft, moves to the inside. Now here's how a chicane works. Lowe's in the preferred position now. Oh, and now he's not in the preferred position. Foltz gets him. And that's why we call it the popcorn position. David Shreve, butter on his racing gloves, watches the show, splits the middle.
Yeah, that's just one of those where both drivers weren't really giving up going into that corner. You really do not want to be too wide going in the corner here, and they're both trying to give each other room, but as you see, just hit those turtles a little bit, shoots them up the track, and takes low with them.
Tough break for those guys. Oh, now Hurley says, all right, we still gonna, Sheaves in trouble now. He gets tapped, and then he gets tapped from Worrell, and then he gets tapped from Kuska. Going around in the licorice flavor machine is Matt Watkins.
Yeah, that's just another one of those things going into the corner a little too hot, maybe than the other guy, trying to make a move. You get him cleared, and just the guy behind doesn't check up a little enough. Kind of get a little bit of a check up there and just collects everybody.
Kotka finds his way back out onto the track in front of James Lowe. The two drivers of this had issues.
Yeah, just by watching a few of this right now, we're really early in this race, 6 laps in. I would definitely just be given a little more room, trying to be a little more respectful on the track if it were me personally. But you could see some of these guys, they just don't want to give an inch, and sometimes that makes mistakes.
Kotska on the inside, Low on the outside. Who has the better horsepower? Cars are equally prepared. The momentum up top for Low.
Yeah, you can see Koska's car has pretty good damage. Looks like maybe even some left front suspension damage, as it looks like that left front is not pointing straight.
They get that sorted out. Let's show you the 3 leaders. You're not missing anything up there, just to touch base. J.R. Shepard with about a 20-car length lead on Chris Hammett, with about a 30-car length lead on Danger Josh Robinson, comfortably in third. Andrew Hess trying to run him down.
Yeah, we got a couple cars in pit road. Worrell and Koska coming to pit road right now.
So the first of our pitters. Cars do not look good. This might be, what do you think, Josh?
Yeah, they're pretty beat up. I don't know if they're just going to get them repaired. Obviously, it's way too early for fuel mileage. They'll definitely have to pit again for fuel at this point. But if I were them, I'd probably just try to get the as much of the damage repaired as you can and get back out there.
Points only pay down to 15th, so if you don't think you have yourself a top 15 car, might be a good time to call it quits. All right, there is an interesting battle. Oh, we got another one off.
Around, yep. Yeah, Foltz looks like he just barely touched the grass there. Like it looks like he missed the corner a little bit. And once those tires touch the grass, it just goes around, and that's what happened.
Happened right in front of James Lowe. We've seen some of these drivers have a reputation. They are so good that even if they have a trouble, they manage to race their way back. I'm not sure if that's as easily done on this big road course as it is on the small ovals. Now, I want to talk about this. Robinson is in third, out there in the lemon pie yellow machine. But here comes Andrew Hess. Gaining, just closing the gap. Let's stay on this one. It will not be long.
Yep. He's really hunting them down really fast. That draft really worked right there, and just he's got to get through the infield here and then see if he can pull off a move.
Kotka still in pit lane. Worrell still in pit lane. They sit 15th and 16th. Kotka has called it an afternoon. So let's look at this battle.
See a little bit of a wiggle out of Hess coming out of the exit there. I think that'll probably hurt him to trying to really get a, a point for the draft in the next corner here.
Hess trying to run him down.
So one thing I do want to mention that we'll have to be looking at is a pit strategy. If I had to guess, it was around 22 laps on fuel that we're going to be looking at here. Are these guys going to run the tank completely empty? Are they going to try to pit early, take advantage of, maybe some fresh tires early? Definitely going to be watching that throughout the race to see how everybody does it.
Sometimes they decide that on the traffic in front of them if they're being held up. Chris Worrell coming back out on track. Never know if there's some problems up ahead. Might be able to vulture a few points.
And that's exactly the thought process, is just, go out there, do what you can do. It doesn't guarantee anything, but you kind of hope that a bunch of other people have, an even worse night than you do, and you're able to pick away some points.
Nice battle going on back here for fifth position. That's Stout. Teapot trying to get it done. He outbrakes him. Hurley backs off.
Yeah, that was a smart move by Hurley to just back off right there. That is one corner you really do not want to be going through too wide.
So you're looking at Stout and then Hurley behind him. All right.
You see Lowe. Yeah, Lowe putting the move on Hayden Young right there, really deep into that corner. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to pull that off, but a great job by Lowe.
Little by little, he continues to climb up. Next on the Hislicks, Jerry Isaacs. We'll keep watching Lowe work his way through the field. Robinson has really opened it up on Hess right now. This is a good battle we're looking at. That's Hurley watching Stout pull away. And then he's got the lap car behind him of Worrell. Worrell might be able to help him, just get up there and maybe give him a little bit of a push. I'm sure that Roger wouldn't mind that assist.
Anything to give you a little extra speed, you definitely wouldn't mind, but I think he's a little too far back at this point.
Go back, look at Aiden Young. He's doing the best he can. He's clearly not comfortable out there. You saw him just get passed by Lowe. I think he's about to have Greg McDaniels run him down. There's McDaniels in that. I'll take a shot of it. Soup, what do you think it is? I think that's dark blue. All right, I'm being told it's purple. Everybody take a sip. Play the VGN consumption game.
Yeah, right now I think we're getting to that point of the race where everyone's just trying to, put down laps, stay comfortable, make no mistakes, just, keep putting down laps until we get a little bit later, maybe where the pit strategy will come into play.
I'll tell you right now, as we look at Lowe, if it wasn't for the incident that he had, I think he'd be, well, clearly, Soup, he'd be farther up the roster, but he could be a threat for the win. He seems to be very comfortable, even though he downplays his road racing skills.
Lowe is definitely a talented driver. There's no doubt about that. Obviously, you got to have luck go your way. And tonight, right now, so far, he's not having a lot of luck go his way. But it could be worse. He could be, one of the cars with a lot of damage.
There's another guy out there. It's meaningless. Let's look at Chris Worrell. The car must feel good. He went in. He was in pit lane for a long time. In there for 3 minutes. Must have got all the work done. He's been really fast. He was all over the back of Hurley, but it's pointless. Now he's backed off. He's having a good time, though.
Yeah, when you're 2 laps down, that's really all you can really do is just, ride it out there, enjoy it. I mean, we are fans of racing, so it is still enjoyable to do. He did get the damage fixed on that car, so it looks like it's running a lot better than it was. So
Poor guy would like to battle with the guy in front, but he knows that he's 2 laps down. It's pointless, but nevertheless, it would be fun.
Yeah, that's just a respect thing on the track. It's just giving respect. He knows he's 2 laps down, so why, potentially make a mistake and actually get into a guy that's on the lead lap.
There's a meaningless battle. All the fans of Foltz and Negus. Battle for what? 13th position? Is that what we're looking at here? Both these guys have championship series potential. Nobody's made a pit stop for real yet.
Yeah, it's a little early, but we're slowly getting there. We might, depending on what someone wants to do strategy-wise, you may see someone think about it in maybe less than 5 laps. I'd be really curious to see and who would be the first guy to make that strategy call.
Okay, if I'm Chris Hammond, what I do, I come in now and I short fill. I roll the dice. I'm not going to be able to catch Shepard. I come in, I short fill, maybe not have enough to get to the end. I find somebody quick. Maybe I can come out and get behind somebody like James Lowe and just kind of feather the throttle and see if I can get to J.R. Shepard that way. What do you think of my plan?
I think it's a little early to be trying to pit. I don't know if you'd make it to the end from here. I could be wrong, but that's going to be really stretching it.
Happen need somebody to help him to get out there. Come on in. Catch J.R. Shepard by surprise, maybe a couple seconds quicker on the pit stop. J.R. Shepard, your pole sitter. Hammond started outside of him, but in practice, Hammond was quicker. He needs a friend.
Hammond's definitely got the speed. It's just really going to be when you're going to get up against someone like J.R. Shepard, it's just the consistency. No mistakes, no bobbles, anything like that.
Let's go back to this best battle, and it's barely a battle. Eric Teapot Stout pulling away from Roger Hurley. Hurley doing his best to hang in there now. He's got him on the straight. It looks like he's maybe too far back to be in the tow. The third car, of course, is Chris Worrell, who's 2 laps down. Some incidents early on broke up the field. Separated them up. There is a position, Director, let's look at Lowe. I think he's the star of the show right now. I don't know, maybe we can go on board with him and you can see who he's not that far away from Matt Watkins. I think that's doable.
That's definitely doable distance right there. As you see, is really closing in on him into 1 here.
All you little soldiers in Soup's clipboard army. The gap about a minute, about 1.4 seconds, so mark it down. Lowe seems to really close up. Of course, that's the concertina, the accordion effect there. As they shrink and stretch as they come into braking zone and accelerating zone.
Now, sometimes as you get closer and closer to a car too, you get a little more eager and you start to overdo the entries and exits, just trying to get a little more to catch that car in front of you. So right now, Lowe's doing a good job.
Then if we can look at Hurley, if I get into Hurley's head, I tell him to slow down a bit. See if you can get Chris Worley on your tail, and maybe the 2 of you, even the Worrell, a couple laps down, guys could work, maybe run down Teapot Stout that way. Back up to go forward.
Yeah, the other thought with that too is I don't know how many of these drivers know each other, so it might be one of those where maybe they don't know each other and not very comfortable around each other being the first race of the season. So that might have a little bit to play with it, but I definitely understand what you're talking about. 2 cars will definitely make it a little faster to try to catch Eric.
All right. The Welch Gray flavored machine of Greg McDaniels, trying as he might to run down Aiden Young. Those are the two battles we're looking at.
So just something to pop in your head as we think right now with roughly less than 22 laps to go. This is where pit windows might open somewhere, so definitely keep an eye out for that.
The other battle we're watching is Lowe trying to run down Watkins. The battle for 7th. Scott Negus. Get back out there. Scott just basically on the last car on the lead lap, just hoping to stay there. Oh, you know, McDaniel was trying to run down Aiden Young. Well, those hopes have been dashed as he looped it.
Yeah, basically what I've been talking about, when you get a little anxious and you see a car in front of you, just trying to get a little more out of it, and that's exactly what it looks like Negus did. He's just a little too happy with the gas pedal, and that thing just shot.
Well, remember we talked about the gap from Watkins to Lowe being about a second and a quarter, second and a 0.4. Well, he's there right now. He's in the tow. Here he comes.
Also seeing Whirl push Hurley down the straightaway here into turn 1.
Somebody thought that might be a good idea.
Whirl actually went and made the pass on Hurley.
Well, that's okay. Hurley can get behind him. I think Whirl's fast. Remember, Whirl's 2 laps down, but maybe Hurley can get him on and Whirl can show him. Oh, Foltz has an issue.
That might not be might not be an issue. That might be planned. Like I said, we were inside that window of maybe pitting early right now. As you see, Negus on pit road too.
Negus might be in there just to get a change of pace. When last we left, James Lowe was right behind Watkins. He is again. I think that pass is going to be made soon. Aiden Young had an off track, but that's okay because McDaniels just had one a while before, so they race in that same order. Just a little closer together. Okay.
Yeah, you're seeing James Lowe really get to the back of Watkins. Here, he's going to make a run, it looks like, in this next corner.
Okay, Andrew Hess, first of the front runners to come in for a stop. He was racing in 4th. There goes Lowe to the outside, pass made. It's going to be a tall order for Matt to hang on to James. James gets it woed up. Off into horseshoe land. Something happened to Negus, Josh?
Yeah, it sounds like he got a penalty on pit road. I'm not exactly sure what the penalty is for, but he's being shown the black flag.
All right. So the leaders of all the cars who have pitted is Andrew Hess. He cycles out in 12th. My timing and scoring shows him 50 seconds behind the leaders. Let me double check if that's the case. No, I don't believe that's right. That was a pit stop time. He's about a minute 6 back, 66 seconds behind the leaders. was 50 seconds on pit lane, 17 seconds in his box. But he did pit from 4th position, so that's gonna put the pressure on these guys. Not sure if we're gonna see anybody beat him out onto the track after pit stops, other than Robinson, Hammett, and Shepard.
Yeah, it's going to turn into just basically how everybody attacks pit road. The more aggressive you are, the more you pick up on time, you know. But the other thing is that pit cone. You have to hit speed at that cone. If you are going too fast, you're going to wind up like Negus with some sort of black flag penalty, and that'll ruin your whole night.
Want to talk about our plans that went awry? Let's look at Chris Worrell. He's getting a lot of attention for a guy who's 2 laps down. Remember when he passed Hurley, we thought maybe Hurley could stay on him. Well, that would have been a good strategy because Worrell is running down Stout. The problem is Hurley wasn't able to stick with him.
Yeah, just one of those things. He might have used up his stuff and just, you know, wasn't able to do the same run. And plus, Worrell has got a couple of maybe better tires as well, so that might have a factor in it. I just see a big wiggle from Worrell there. Woo! He was able to save it.
Let's jump ahead a car. This is Eric Stout, and he's met up with Scott Negus. Negus waves him by. Cannot wait for this to get over, says Scott. 1 lap down. The top 11 drivers yet to pit. Leader of all the cars who have pitted, Andrew Hess. The gap holding at 66 seconds from Hess to Shepard.
Yeah, it's going to be really curious to see these guys. It's going to be really curious to see when those the leaders come off of pit road, because remember, with this, you got to go out and around pit road. It's not just off like the NASCAR style. You got to go out and around and come out into turn 2 or 3, I believe it is.
Oh, it's crazy. You go through there, it's like you're on the Small World. I see animatronics singing. It's a Small World. It takes forever to get back onto the track here. All right, now this is a battle for position, kind of. This is Shreve and Hess, but Shreve is yet to make his stop. McDaniel coming in for a stop. Hess has already gone by him. Hess continues to be the car leading all the cars who've pitted. Now look, Hess is running times that are equal to J.R. Shepard. I don't know if he took tires. I would imagine he probably did. I think you can take tires and fuel at the same time in the sports car. Hess's pit stop was 17 seconds. Probably enough time to at least take 2 tires.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's enough time to be able to take tires and fuel.
I'm actually going to try to go back and look at his pit stop right now. See if, I don't know if the car went up at all. I don't think the car went up. Shepard has got some lap traffic to deal with.
Bolt's giving him plenty of room there to make the pass, so nice and clean.
Went back and looked. Hess did take tires, which makes me think perhaps now for Hammett, you might want to come in before the tank is empty. Oh, Watkins having an issue.
Oh, yeah, just another one of those. Just a little too hot into the corner, and just rear end comes around under braking. Looks like he's able to stay clean at that moment, but you know, definitely a little scary, especially when you're spun sideways in the middle of the track like that.
The gap from Hess to Shepard, 1 minute 7 seconds now, so he's losing a little bit of ground.
Yeah, that might have had a little bit to do with Shepard being on lap traffic there. Now that he's got, you know, out in fresh air, he might be able to just pick it back up.
But here's the deal. Shepard to Hammett, gap 5 seconds. That's close enough for if there to be a problem in pit lane, it can cost you.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing there is Hammett is one to sometimes do strategy. Does he take no tires? Does he take just fuel? Is there a big advantage to that? We'll have to see how that goes.
Hammett comes out just ahead of David Shreve, who just took his stop. Shreve now racing 11th on the lead lap. I don't think that's right. I think Shreve is a lap down as he's behind Hammett. Wait for my timing and scoring to catch up. Yeah, he is a lap down. 9 cars on the lead lap. Hayden Young being the last of them. First car 1 lap down is Andrew Hess, who made a stop. Top 9 drivers yet to stop. That will change soon, as my partner says we're on lap 20 of 35. Let's run down the front 5 for you. J.R. Shepard working through the bus stop right now with about a 5-second gap on Chris Hammett. You go back a little bit farther, you get to danger Josh Robinson. He is 20 seconds behind Shepard. 27 seconds back. Teapot Stout, Eric racing in 4th. And then your top 5, still within shouting distance of Stout, is Roger Hurley. And if we look just ahead of Stout, or of Hurley, that is Worrell. Kind of the Bushin, kind of the stepping stone if Hurley were able to get there. Big movers. Stout up 8. No surprise there to see his name on that list. Director, we haven't talked much about the driver in 8th position. He's also up 8 spots, and he just spun. We're talking about Jerry Isaacs. My goodness.
I think you like cursed him a little bit.
No,
there.
I think he spun before. All right. All right, here comes James Lowe on pit lane. What we're going to do is pick up Andrew Hess. And Hess goes by.
Now, this is where pit road's probably going to get a little busier as the next couple laps here.
Low now, just beginning to roll. So Hess, who pitted while in 4th, keeps that. Let's look at Hess right now. He's got to make some quick work of Isaac. Remember, he's racing guys that are more than a lap ahead of him. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but he is racing Robinson and Hammett right now, and Stout. Oh, that was nice. The man in 2nd comes in, Josh.
Yeah, Chris Hammett into pit road. Pretty much saw this coming. Just a matter of time. Curiosity, does he go for 4 tires and fuel, or is it just going to be fuel only? As you see it go up, it looks like he's going to take tires.
Hammett is out on the super speedway. Sorry, Hess is out on the super speedway. Hammett now beginning to roll. He's going to get out ahead of Hess. Not even close. So what do they call that when you're not the leader, but you're Well, the leader of all the cars who have pitted is Chris Hammond. He cycles back only into third, but just goes to show you how dominant he was. He was able to come and make a stop even before Eric Stout could get there in fourth. Only loses the position to Robinson. Keep this number in mind. Chris Hammond, pit lane time 49 seconds, in the box for 16.7. Looking through all the times that people have pitted so far, that's one of the shortest ones.
Here comes your leader, JR Shepard, in the pit road.
The disadvantage for Shepard is he always races in a dark blue machine. I don't think he's quite as comfortable racing in what is lemon pie yellow. He's in his box.
Now he goes up as well. Looks like he'll be taking tires.
Hammond is hustling, racing for all he's worth. Hammond now.
I think JR Shepard's going to get out ahead of Hammond here, definitely for sure.
Shepard is rolling through the small world ride. Hammond is coming just to the infield second. Shepard out on the track. The gap was 5.2 before the pit stop. It is 7 seconds now. Oh wait, they're going to gain. It's a little closer. Indeed, 4.7 is what it is. I was looking at the other leader, Josh Robinson, who, remember, bonus points for leading laps. So who's led? Shepard has led 22. Hammond, because he pitted early, will not get any bonus points for leading a lap. Danger, Josh Robinson, that sneaky devil. If he leads one lap, he might get bonus points for next to most laps led.
Now, even if he goes down pit road here, he should, as long as he passes the start-finish line, still lead that lap.
With only 18 cars in the race, I would imagine all the stalls are on the other side of the start-finish line. Let's see, now Josh is going to stay out for a little while longer. Not time, Soup. Get a little screen time for the driver in the number 3.
Honestly impressed. I thought 23 laps at most would be as far as you can go on a tank of fuel, and he is proving me wrong right now.
I'd apologize again. Take another sip, everybody. Robinson, of course, in the lemon pie yellow machine. JR Shepard. That's the Florida orange. Number 1. Big names yet to pit. Obviously, Robinson, Stout, and Hurley. Now, this will be interesting because Stout and Hurley have been within shouting distance of each other for most of the race. And they still are right there. This could be a case of making the pass on pit lane. I would not be surprised if they both will come in on the same lap. Tip of the hat to Chris Worrell. There he is, right behind Stout, not causing any troubles, putting in the mileage. Sitting it. Hey, we found drivers who are fighting for a position here. Both these drivers have had their share of adventures today. That's McDaniels in the purple machine. Bolts behind him.
Yeah, he saw Fultz into that corner. I thought he was going to try to make a look there to make the move, and he thought better of it at the last second.
And danger Josh Robinson coming into pit lane. We'll stay with them. We'll watch the leaders go by. J.R. Shepard's already gone by. Hammond is long gone. Hess, the early pitter, goes by Stout. Robinson comes out ahead of Hess. So now the story is Roger Worley. Hurley's going to have to come in here for a stop. He's going to see if he can beat out Eric Stout. I think my timing and scoring can actually give me the distance between them. I know how to press the right buttons. Indeed, I do. 36.9 seconds is the gap between Hurley and Stout. Don't think Hurley's going to be able to get in and out before Teapot comes around. Here he comes. So we'll watch Hurley, we'll watch Stout. Teapot going through the bus stop right now as we see Hurley get to his box right there. Easy, baby. Good.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult to get out in front of Stout here. Pit times we're talking about like 40-something seconds, something like that. So that's going to be pretty sure Stout's going to make the pass here.
Go now, Roger. Just go now. Fuel be darned. He's rolling. Hurry, baby, hurry. It's a small, small world. There he goes through the Pirates of the Caribbean turn. Meanwhile, there goes Eric Stout.
Yeah, the most frustrating thing about pit road, when you can see the guy there that you're going to be battling for position, you got to stay at your 55-mile-an-hour speed limit as he goes sailing by.
Well, the good news is they finally shaken Chris Worley out of the mix. The World can now drive around all by himself. Still 2 laps down, Chris Worrell. Cinderella, it's time to come in before your car turns into a pumpkin. We're talking about Jerry Isaac. Isaac's been out there the whole time. Racing in 6th right now, but a stop coming this time around. Bring that licorice flavored number 6 down pit lane. He is up 11 spots. He is our big mover as of now. Of course, that number will come down when he comes in. Well, I've enjoyed it, and probably not the most exciting of racing that we've ever had on VGN or in the YesterYear League, but it's been fun. It does tell a lot about the drivers. No surprise to see Shepard and Hammett. Here comes the Darth Vader black car of Jerry Isaacs in for a stop. Number 7 finds his spot. Hurley goes around. James Lowe is going to pass him.
Yeah, see Worrell getting a little hot into the corner here. He starts to gather it up, and then just, again, it's a little throttle happy, just a little too much gas, and she goes right around.
Let's look at Isaacs right now. We might have a pit blend here. Isaacs coming out. There goes Young. Can McDaniels get by him? There goes McDaniels. Can Fultz go by? There goes Fultz. Well, we got ourselves a little battle, at least a 4-car battle.
Yeah, again,
Yep.
that goes to that thing sitting off pit road where it's frustrating. You got to stay at speed while everyone else goes sailing by.
Four-car battle. The car on the just going out of your screen right now, that was Young. Then McDaniels in the purple machine. Isaac's back there. And Fultz ahead of him.
Yeah, this will be one of those take about a lap for Isaac's tires to get back up to temperature to really start gaining grip and see if he can do anything with these guys.
Shepard, Hammond, and Robinson. No real battle there. Hess, who made that early stop, we'll stay on this battle while I talk through some of the other drivers. It's fine. Pitted in 4th, went well down the order. When it was all said and done, he came back out in 4th. Not really under attack from Stout. Let's look at Stout for a minute. This Stout-Hurley battle has had a fly in the ointment the entire time. For most of the race, it was Chris Worrell, and we thought maybe these guys could go at it without the intrusion of a lapped car. Nope, that's not what the racing gods are going to have. That's Scott Negus between them. Negus racing in 14th, 1 lap up on Worrell, who's in 15th.
Yeah, I like to call that, if I was Eric, I'd when I'm looking in the rear view, I like to call that a buffer. I got something in between me and the guy for position behind me, so I like to keep it that way.
Yep. And if you Roger Hurley, you think of the other way, that's my stepping stone. That's the guy I'm going to get onto. That was the plan for Worrell, but it didn't work out for them. Okay, there's one real battle going on in the track. I guess we should watch it. Let's start director up on the guy in 10th position. This is Fultz. He's got Isaacs behind him, and then McDaniels. Leading those 3 drivers, and safely ahead is Aiden Young. Young up 5 spots. Isaac's up 5 spots. Those are our big movers so far. Haven't heard much from them, but considering where they qualify, they're probably going to be happy with their finishing order.
Yeah, with the way that this race has gone, I wouldn't be too upset with the positions that we're in. Obviously, where you're still in that little bit of a cluster, you got some space in between. You are hoping for someone to make a mistake, but still plenty of time to do that. As you see, Negus goes around.
Making mistakes. There's Negus. So, well, the cushion / stepping stone between Stout and Hurley is out of the picture now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys have issues with that turn. I believe it's turn 5. It's probably my most hated turn out of all of them at this track. Even doing the 24-hour Daytona myself, if I had any issues, it was in that corner. So I'm glad it's not just me having an issue with that corner.
Hey, look at this. That's Fultz and Young. Last time I checked, Young was comfortably ahead. I wonder if he got ran down or if he made a mistake. Oh, he did. He went a little wide through the horseshoe. Cost him some time. So now Fultz running him down. 2 car lengths back. Still plenty of laps to get this done.
Yeah, you're going to see Foltz probably try to use the draft here, really get to the back of Young going into turn 1.
If you look off the back here, there are 5 cars within shouting distance. We're right on back with Young. Then there's Foltz who's coming. Not that far back is Isaacs. McDaniel in the mix, and then trying to get there is Davis Shreve. Best bet on the track right now, Young and Foltz. Different racing lines going in. Foltz looks a little more comfortable.
Yeah, what those guys behind are going to want is really for these two guys to start really battling each other, getting side by side and just slowing each other down, so it definitely brings them back into the mix.
Something to keep in mind, Young has been out there for only about 7 laps on these tires. Foltz made his stop a little earlier, so his rubber's a little older. As is his age on Earth, I believe. Aiden Young, just a youngster.
Looks like you got a little bit of a bobble out of Young out of the corner right there, so let's see if Foltz is able to gain.
Great camera shot there as they come at you.
Looks like Foltz is going to get a good run out of the bus stop here. Let's see if he can use the draft to his advantage.
Foltz in the Rebel Gray machine closing in. Moving to the outside of the Miami turquoise car of Aiden Young, side by side. Heading into the infield section. And my partner was right. That little horseplay going on right there brought in Jerry Isaacs into the party.
This definitely ain't over. This is going to get interesting.
Battle for 9th position. Young, Foltz, and Isaacs in the black machine. Greg McDaniel still a chance to get there if he can hustle.
Yeah, I see Foltz was really trying to brake hard into that corner, and you saw the rear end wiggle out just a little bit. He was able to gather it, but it definitely did start to break out there.
Would not be surprised when this is all said and done if Isaacs doesn't benefit, especially if those cars in front of him go too wide for a long time. Did not get a good drive back out onto the super speedway part of the racetrack. He's a little too far back. Now in the tow is Foltz. Not going to try it this time. They head into the bus stop. So easy to make a mistake here. So easy to lose ground, so easy to pick up ground if you hit it perfectly. Both Young and Foltz get through very cleanly, as does Isaac.
Yeah, you saw Foltz there going into the bus stop. He tried to show his nose a little bit to the bottom there, try to get into the head of him up in front and see if they can kind of fake him out going into that corner as you see him get the draft again here.
Young protecting the inside, saying, turn on the reggae music. You're going to pass me. You're going to have to do it high. Oh my goodness.
Way high.
I think he is too high. Whoa.
Yeah, he blew that corner.
Oh my gosh, man. Where are you going?
No, it's a great save on his end, because when you go really hot into that corner, really trying to woe down the car with the brakes, and it just did not stop, and plenty of room to, collect the car there, and thankfully it was all pavement.
Indeed.
As you see Negus around again.
Negus has got to be careful. If he keeps looping it, Chris Worrell's going to get there. They're racing for 14th spot and a point.
I've had those moments where you just start getting frustrated with yourself. When you do that, sometimes it just keep making mistakes like that. it just looks like one of those nights for Negus.
We'll stay on this a little while. This is the most exciting action on the track. Nothing else really going on. Shepard, Hammett, and Robinson comfortably in those podium positions. The gap from Shepard to Hammett, which was as one time as low as 4.5 seconds, now up to 9. You know what, Josh? I know these guys say I'm not a road course expert, but I think when you talk to J.R. Shepard, I think that's by his standards. I think talent, whether you're a talented oval driver or road course driver, I think talent seems to translate. They seem to manage okay.
Yeah, for the most part, it's just one of those things that, and this is where JR is really good. Hammett's really good as well. It's just, you got to be consistent. Zero mistakes, kind of like, I talk about another guy from a league, I call him a machine. Just see that's what you got to be with this kind of stuff. If you keep, with the little mistakes, it's just going to add up and add up and add up. And it's really where JR is showing, his speed right now is just being able to stay consistent. He's not overdriving, overdoing anything. He's just doing what the car is giving to him.
I've done a lot of broadcasts for too many years than I'd want to admit, but I've never seen a driver who is excellent at one discipline be just horrible at another one. They may not be as good, and certainly not up to the standards they set for themselves in their element of expertise, but they're still pretty darn good. If you're a talented driver, you're a talented driver. Young now. Here comes Foltz. He's going to try it one more time. Last lap, Jerry Isaacs took the Foltz entry into that first corner. Lost a lot of ground. Shepard in the mix. Oh, no, this is not good. This is not what JR needs. He does not need. That is Shepard now in amongst these guys fighting for a position. JR, I've been watching these guys. They are not nearly as smooth as you are. You're racing with a different breed right now, baby.
Yeah, that's just something that JR is going to have to be aware of. Obviously, we only got a couple laps to go, so I don't think he's really going to get there in time. Obviously, he's going to get Isaacs here, but as for Foltz and Young, I think they're going to be completely fine with this.
Oh, this is not good, though, and if I was in his helmet, I'd say, what are you do not need to be anywhere near these guys. There he goes. The good news is these are all good guys who know that J.R. Shepard and know the reputation. They get through. All right, let's look back up. I think Young's going to be able to hold off Foltz. What lap is Shepard on? He's doing. We're on the white flag lap. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I were J.R. Shepard right here, I'd just be kind of, just run what you need to do. Don't worry about the cars in front of you. There's plenty of a gap. Obviously, Hammett's plenty behind you, so just, stay on the track. Don't make any big mistakes, and you'll be fine.
Well, what's interesting for Young and Foltz was Shepard behind him. At least Foltz will get one more lap to take a shot at Young. If Shepard were able to get around them and lap them, then their race will be done a lap earlier. I'm sure Aiden wouldn't mind if Shepard was able to step on it and get them both and put an end to Foltz's attack on him. Sean's got nothing to lose. It's a long way back to Isaac. In fact, here's a battle for position. Let's look at this. Isaac under attack from McDaniels. This has to happen this lap because Shepard's ahead of him. So what we'll do, we'll watch Shepard cross the line, then we'll go back to see how the Isaac McDaniels things finish out. Well, we had a full season last year. J.R. Shepard coming across the line. Defending champion wins the opening round here at Daytona. Now let's drop back to the guys coming. Oh, it's going to be a race for that position. And it's going to be the blue car on top. Call it blue, call it purple, whatever it is. McDaniel nips the black car of Jerry Isaacs. Hammett will come home in third. Robinson was second. Robinson in third. What would I do without the director telling me racing positions and colors. Wish I could have him with me all day long. My life would go a lot easier. Let's look at Young and Foltz, this final battle on the track. For 9th spot. And as much as I want to go to break, I'm going to stay this. You know what? I'm going to call the break while we watch this. The racing is over here, almost, but our broadcast is not. As we watch Young and Foltz race for that final spot, we're going to take a short break, and we'll come back and run down the entire finishing order, talk to some of the drivers before we put a lock on the grid. Unless Godzilla attacks, Young is going to get 9th, Foltz will get 10th. You're watching VGN. From Daytona International Speedway, it's the YesterYear Racing, where past meets the present. Well, it's their very special IROC series, Season 2, and the opening round is done and dusted. Let's give you the results right now that happened here on the road course. He put in the fastest qualifying time. He led 34 of 35 laps. We're talking about the institution, J.R. Shepherd. The man notoriously Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, is Chris Hammond on a VGN broadcast. Yet another second-place finish. Danger Josh Robinson finishes in third. That's the same place he started, but he does get a couple bonus points for leading the second most laps, which in this case is 1. Andrew Hess was an early pit stopper. His strategy seemed to work for him. He pitted in fourth, didn't lose anything from that early stop. That's where he'll finish. Eric Teapot Stout has some issues. Started in 12th, worked his way all the way up to 5th. I've got a feeling he's going to be happy with the top 5. Roger Hurley chased him the entire race, was not able to catch him. James Lowe might have been as quick as the leaders, but had some trouble. He passed a lot of cars. He'll settle for 7th. Matt Watkins will come in after him. Aiden Young, we watched this battle all the way through the race. Sean Foltz was never quite able to get him. They finished 9th and 10th. Partner, take the rest of these guys.
Yeah, in 11th, Greg McDaniel, and 12th was Jerry Isaacs. 13th is David Shreve. 14th was Scott Negus. 15th was Chris Worrell, and with unfortunate early night tonight, and 16th was Andrew Kotsky.
Tip the hat to Chris Worrell for staying out there 2 laps down the whole time and just putting in the miles. That's good. That's what it's all about, man. We appreciate that. All right, with that said, let's go to interviews right now, and we're going to talk to our race winner. Oh, I don't know how many times I've ever had a chance to interview J.R. Shepherd, but I could never have too many. J.R., congratulations on the win tonight. You got out front. You probably don't realize there was an incident behind you on the first lap, kind of got the rest of the competition back a little bit, and then you just had a pretty easy run all the way through.
Yeah, definitely. I did get to see what happened in the opening lap there. I knew about halfway through that something had happened. I saw everybody kind of spread out. But, yeah, qualifying was so important tonight. And I'm telling you, you'll hear from the other drivers, this car was not easy to drive. It is not very robust. It doesn't want to rotate through the corners. It wants to lock up the tires, either the front or the rears on braking, depending on how you set the brake bias. And then it wants to start spinning the tires up out of the corners as you accelerate after about lap 3 or 4. So very, very difficult. And yeah, I think really qualifying made the difference tonight. There was definitely some heavy hitters in this race.
Well, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and nobody is more tough than you. You know, with that said, JR, I hesitate to ask this question. This is a road course car. Is it going to be any better when we get to like a short oval?
Based on last year, no. So it's only going to get rougher. Yeah, this thing's not meant to turn left at all. It does decent on these tracks, even though I'm complaining about it on the road courses. But yeah, on the ovals, it definitely is a handful because it's very much like a dump truck, and it's got a bad push in it. So yeah, I think tire conservation is going to be a big story this season.
Well, congratulations on the win. You're the defending champion. We'll see you down the road. Always fun to watch a race. Well done.
I appreciate it, guys. I want to give a shout out to the admins in this series, the YesterYear Racing League, for putting on this IROC series. It's extremely cool, and it's a great setting to have a bunch of different leagues come together. So it shows a lot of unity in iRacing, I believe, and just very thankful for that.
It is. We appreciate you showing up for it. It means a lot. Well done, J.R. Shepherd, your winner tonight, defending champion, well on the way for a second. All right, partner, you get to talk to someone you get to talk to a lot. Oh, maybe Chris Hammond's not here. No, he's tired of talking to Granny Epps. All right, buddy, why don't you take Danger Josh Robinson, the man who finished third.
All right, guy finishing in third tonight, Josh Robinson. Josh, you got a copy?
Hey, guys, how are you?
Not too bad. Third place tonight. Definitely could have been a lot worse, but definitely a good run there, basically where you started. Is there anything that you thought you could have done differently to try to really catch down Hammond or JR tonight?
Not a thing. Maybe have my pit crew go over and take a wheel off in the pit stop. That was about it.
I like that one. So JR was just talking about this car and how not easy to drive this car is, especially when you go to a road course like this, where it's actually more what it's supposed to be driving on. And now we're going to be going to an oval. What do you think it's going to be like there?
I know I will definitely be more comfortable on an oval, so I'm looking forward to that. Road courses they're a lot of fun. They're just not my top pick for where to go. But I don't know, the car tonight. I was just joking with the guys in the lobby that, turn 6 back onto the oval. For all 35 laps, I was uncomfortable doing that turn. So Iowa probably will be a little bit easier to drive.
Yeah, that definitely is going to be interesting to see this Cadillac on an oval track, that's for sure. So I just want to say congratulations to third place tonight. And lastly, is anybody you want to thank?
I'll just thank you guys for doing this top-notch broadcast. Look forward to going back and watching that as I have with the other leagues that you broadcast for us. Thanks to Alan and Torrance for doing this. They put in a lot of work, and it shows when we're able to produce a good product. So thank them, and then thanks to everyone that showed up and race. It's a pretty cool thing that they got going, and look forward to doing the rest of the season.
All right, there you have it. Your third place finisher tonight, Josh Robinson.
Viewers, I've been doing this for a long time. If you want a recipe for a good, exciting broadcast, you want the drivers to be uncomfortable with what's going on. It makes it exciting. The more uncomfortable they are, the more fun it is for you to watch. With that said, this will be back. I think we come back in May sometime. We'll be doing another one. You can find it up there somewhere. Look at all the broadcasts that are on the Virtual Grip Network. My goodness, anything you want, we got it for you. All of those, future ones, past ones, all a production of VGN. We hope you enjoyed the show tonight. If not, we'll try to do better next time. Until then, have fun storming the castle.